Welcome to Nimble Minds Talks of Self and Spirituality, where we talk about different philosophical perspectives as well as spiritual practices, and where I just talk about topics I enjoy and things I'm interested in. So, the topic of this video is going to be about de-discipline, okay? And this is going to go into lust and the temptations, all that great stuff. And this is going to be just a conversation about that, okay? We live not just in a time now, but since the beginning of time, there have been books that I have read that literally, in the beginning of the book, I'm going to say this again, there have been books that I have read in the beginning of the book. It tells you stories, it tells you events throughout history where a woman, okay, the love of the coochie, the love of box, has started wars. The love of coochie, the love of box, has caused people in position of power to backstab entire cultures, to backstab entire people close to them. Okay, it has caused people to steal, kill, destroy, loot. You know what I'm saying? It causes people to disrupt other people's joy. Okay, there are books out there. So if this has been a consistent pattern throughout history, if this has been a thing, coochie, women, if this has been a thing that in history causes people to lose control of their faculties, one of the most important ones, their brain being able to think, and especially that third leg, okay, if this has been something that has gotten anybody in any position, okay, that's how you know this is something serious. That's how you know that it is funny. It is nice to laugh. I love laughing. I love jokes. I really do. But it does, this is something serious still. Because this will, not only has it will disrail people. There's people, as I speak right now, that are in the process of getting derailed by coochie, that are in the process of getting derailed by the meow, that are in the process of getting derailed by the box, that are in the process of getting derailed by the fox, okay? As we speak right now. And that's what makes it so important. That's what makes it so potent, so powerful, okay? Since the beginning of time. And on until ever, this is going to be something that if people, especially the men out there, the guys, if y'all can't get a grip, if y'all can't have some kind of control when box enters the room, when there's coochie present, when there's meow present, if you cannot have control over yourself, you lost. If you cannot have any type of control over yourself, you don't got it. If you cannot have any type of control over yourself, you're not that guy, okay? And it's okay. But not today. Not for the conversation I'm about to have right now. Because if you're watching this, if you're even listening to this, okay, you're a person who wants to have more control. You want to be able to better think clearly, think straight when there's coochie present, when there is box present, okay? Box come through like a jammer, disrupt everybody connection. I'm so serious. All of a sudden, people start doing things you didn't even think was possible. You're like, dang, I'm gonna just start making up names. You're like, dang, T, I didn't even know you were that funny. Dang, B, I didn't even know you could do a backflip. Dang, M and M, I didn't even know you could, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know you knew how to do that. This is what coochie does. This is what box does. Okay, box will cause people to go behind your back and still talk to the box. Okay, box will cause people to start acting up, start stealing, start taking stuff, trying to out ego the box. Okay, this is what happens when you do not have that control over your lust. You do not have control over those temptations. So once again, whoever's watching and whoever is listening, you need to have that control. You need to practice self-control, discipline, okay? However, whatever can help you, okay? When it comes to the spiritual aspect of it, if you have to read some books, some spiritual books, read them, okay? Me included, okay? If you got to read any type of scriptures, any type of things to help you, okay? Read them. I'm advocating read them, okay? Because they will give you insights, okay? And they'll start talking about some of this stuff too. It'll be like, look, don't let the coochie have a hold of you. It will literally be plain as day in the scriptures as well. So if there's people, look, you need to have some self-control out there, okay? And if it's not anything that you need reading spiritually, okay, there needs to be things that you're doing on your day-to-day. It needs to be something that you're thinking about, all right? That coochie can't get in the way of that, okay? I know most guys out there are goal-oriented, logic-oriented, mission-oriented, all right? So they usually have something that they're striving for. People usually have something that they're striving for, okay? I'll tell you right now, one of the main things I'm striving for is to have that control over the temptations, okay? To the point where it's like, I'm looking at the coochie, I'm looking at the box is right in front of me, the box trying to talk, and I'm like, no, you're gonna have to go walk. That's where I'm at right now. I'm at the point where the temptations, like I open a fridge, or I'm at like a gathering, I see a drink, and I'm like, listen, I got time to think today. No, sir, okay? The blunt's in rotation. Okay, I ain't trying to be on probation. Like, look, this is the stuff I'm thinking about, okay, so I can have self-control, so I can still be able to think in situations where it's necessary, okay? This box ain't about to have a hold of me. The bell about to go off like it's a boxing round. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. The box can't have a hold of me. The coochie is not going to have a hold of me, okay? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, it's going to have to go down, okay? Before any box or any coochie is thinking about, you know what I'm saying? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding is really like the yes. Yes. Okay. And I urge whoever's watching, whoever is listening, that it's like that for you when it comes to these temptations as well. Lust is just one of the most powerful ones, because it will just sneak up on you, tap you on the shoulder. Next you know, you out here sleeping around, fornicating with people. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping with people's wives, sleeping with other people's women, other people's girls. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kinds of stuff. Then it will lead into you smoking, leading into you drinking. Then you're doing more of the lust. Okay, there's other temptations out here though, gluttony, okay? There's people out here that are dealing with that gluttony. Okay, I'm talking about that D-discipline, right? Yeah, the D-discipline, that's very important. Now take away the D-discipline. Let's have some discipline out here, okay? You see that big plate. There's some people out here that need a ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding with the plate. They need to start fighting that plate. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding with the plate. Because there's some people out here that are losing. There's some people out here that are getting hit with the right hook to the right body liver shot, and they going down for the count because the cake winning, okay? The high sodium products winning, okay? The high caloric products are winning, okay? The empty calorie products are winning, okay? The sugar's winning, okay? And once again, you got to find that balance. Not saying to never have sweets. I love sweets personally. I love sweets, okay? I love these snacks out here, trust me. I love it just as much as the next person, but it has to get to a point though where you have to tell yourself, hey, either I'm gonna have some better control over this, or it's gonna take control of me. Cause how many people out there know about people that have gotten in situations where the coochie had control over them, where their lust had control over them? They can't even think straight anymore because they're too busy lusting now, okay? They keep getting into certain situations because they lust just got a hold of them. The lust got a hold of them, okay? There's people out there that know too many people like that. They just, the lust is just winning in their life. And maybe some people have accepted it. But I urge you to know, don't let it win. Don't let the temptations win. Don't let these desires to engage in things that are against living in accordance win. Okay? Anytime that lust starts thinking ding, 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 that plate, ding, 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 you know you need a break from that plate. Ding, ding, ding. And that's what makes it difficult, because I tell you what, not everybody can go the distance. There's people out there that are losing every day. Not everybody can go the distance. It's not for everybody. There's people out there, that extra plate, it won. It took them out the race. There's people out there, the lust, it won. It's taking them out, okay? And it's putting some people in positions where I don't know if they can recover. I don't know, like, it won. The lust has won for some people out there. So if you're listening to this, if you're watching this and you're still somebody who is still in the fight, you're still somebody who can still, you know what I'm saying, put up a good right, okay? Then you need to keep going. If the lust has not completely derailed your life already, you need to keep going. If the gluttony has not completely derailed your life already, you need to keep going. And even though the situation where you're derailed, you need to get back up, find some pieces, and get the train back moving, okay? But for the people out there that the the line has not completely derailed their life, you need to keep going. Okay, for the people out there that still are making that progress, okay, who are now on however many weeks, months, years of not giving into temptation, okay, not spilling their seed unnecessarily, okay, not engaging in these intimate acts where babies are literally about to be born, okay, all willy-nilly like it's nothing, and then some happen and you have a little child and all of a sudden now there ain't no smiles. What happened? Now all of a sudden you have a little child and now ain't no smiles. What happened? Now all of a sudden you have a little child, ain't no smiles. What happened? Because it was funny. Because it was funny, right? When it was just, we just out here seeing each other, ain't nothing too serious. Now you got a little child, right? And ain't no more smiles. So what happened? I thought it was supposed to be fun. I guess it's not that funny, okay? And that's my point, is that don't get in these situations, okay? Don't be out here sleeping around and then all of a sudden the product of sleeping with somebody happens and now you're surprised because the math is mathing. That don't make sense to me. 1 + 1, last time I checked, equal 2, okay? And that means with me and you, we're going to have a little dude, okay? So last time I checked, that's what's supposed to happen. So don't be the person out here that ain't having D-discipline. That's the title of this video. Don't be the person out here that's not having D-discipline, all right? And then you're surprised when you get the result of not having D-discipline, all right? So don't be that person. Just don't be that person. That's the best thing I could tell you. The best advice is just don't be that person, okay? Don't be that person, because the temptations are strong. Not everybody can go the distance, okay? That's just the truth. There's people out here that, hey, they were young. They didn't understand what was going on. They were just trying to get a little some, you know what I'm saying? And now they got children. They got them children running around. They got children now. They got the children now running around, okay? And they just didn't understand the weight of the situation. They didn't understand what was on the line. They didn't understand what was on the line. But it's too late for that now once you got the little children running around, because you don't have to take care of them or do what you have to do for them. And then you already got hit with the right hook at that point. Okay, so for the people out there, once again, that are having this discipline and also having that D-discipline, resisting these temptations, okay? Resisting this lust that's out here, okay? Resisting the urge, okay? Because that's also another thing that is called the urge. You gonna have these urges out here. Everybody gets the urge. I get the urge. But guess what? When I get the urge, I don't splurge, bro. Guess what? When I get the urge, I don't splurge, bro. I'm keeping this seed. When I get the urge, I don't splurge. When I get the urge, I ain't out here having no little children. When I get the urge, I'm not out here having baby mamas. When I get the urge, I don't splurge. That's just how it is, okay? That's just how it is when I get the urge. That's just how it is. And I urge you, for whoever's watching, whoever's listening, for that to be you as well, okay? When you get any type of urge, you got to have self-control. You got to have the ability to be like, listen, I'm better than this, okay? Do I want to make a decision right now that could change the course of my life forever, having a child? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the potential fact that obviously you want the best case scenario to be you're with a woman, you have a child with them, and you stay together? But I'm telling you right now, at least in my experience, right, this is just me, most of the time that is not the case. I'm going to say it again. Most of the time, that is not the case. Most of the time, people have children out here with a woman, and it's all fine and dandy. It's all sunshine and rainbows. It's the honeymoon phase. Nobody can say nothing to them. Next, you know, out of nowhere, they breaking up. Now they got to figure out what to do with the child. Now the child got to experience all this stuff. What the child do? Child ain't do nothing. Now the child got to experience all this stuff, okay? Now they got to figure out, okay, well, am I going to have to find somebody else right now while I got this child? And you know what I'm saying? How we going to figure out this visitation with the baby mama? You know what I'm saying? Child support. It's all types of stuff going on. Then you got all this animosity for no reason. I thought y'all loved each other. Y'all got a child together, you know what I'm saying? But now y'all arguing. So all this stuff, right? You need to be aware. You need to be aware. Okay, because at the end of the day, a lot of times people think, hey, once we have the child, me and you, we're going to be here to stay. But that's just not the truth, okay? That's just not the truth. That's just not how things work out, okay? That is just not how things always work out. So once again, if you're a person out there who has been practicing discipline, you got de-disciplined, and you haven't got yourself into one of these situations, then you need to understand that you are in a better situation than you think. You are in a better spot than you think. Okay? And don't fall for it. Don't fall for the pump fake. Don't jump. Don't fall for the pump fake. Somebody gonna hit you with a little Somebody gonna hit you with a little They gonna hit you with a little move. They don't hit you with the pump fake. Well, what's the pump fake, Nimble Minds? Tell me, please. What's the pump fake, Nimble Minds? Don't worry, I got you. What's the pump fake? Dang, you just single? You ain't got a kid yet? Oh, you don't like women? Oh, okay. Oh, you just out here. Oh, okay. Oh, you just ain't gonna tell us about the woman you got, right? That's just the ones we know about. You probably got a kid out here, right? Okay. Don't you get lonely? Okay. It's okay. I could come, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they gonna say them nice words, start touching on you a little bit. Okay, that's the pump fake. You know why? Because it's going to get you to jump. It's going to get you to jump into bed with them. It's going to get you to jump and then end up having a kid, end up having a child that you ain't ready for. It's going to get you to jump. It's going to get you to jump and engage back in these temptations that you don't need to be a part of, okay? It's going to get you to jump. It's going to get you to jump and be back into these situations now where now you're putting everything on the line. Your mental on the line, your physical on the line. Okay, could bring a child into this world if you're not having discipline, to go back to eating all that stuff on that plate. If you're a person that's struggling with gluttony and you need to put the plate down. If you're a person who's out here struggling with the temptations, drinking and smoking all the time, and you need to put the blunt down, you need to put the liqueur down, the lick that hit the core down. If you're a person that needs to do all that stuff, then okay, you need to say no. You need to have the discipline to say no and be like, no, I gotta go. That's what you need to have. You need to have the discipline to be like, no, I gotta go. No, ma'am, I have to go. No, sir, I can't. No smoke, no drink. I have to go. Okay, get up out there. Okay, it might sound lame. It's not the cool thing to do. I have no problem being lame. I have no problem not being cool. Okay, because at the end of the day, you need to put yourself in a situation that's good for you. Okay? I bet you're going to be feeling pretty lame. Okay? And pretty not cool when you end up getting into a situation like this, though. That's when it's really going to hit you and be like, dang, I should not have cared about what other people were trying to get me to feel, because this ain't worth it. Okay? Especially if you get yourself in a situation where you go back to that plate and you were just doing good going to the gym, and not just going to the gym, but, fixing your diet. Especially if you go back to drinking all consistently, smoking all consistently when you were just doing good, not doing that. Especially if you end up out here with a child and children you're not ready for, okay? Because you done got yourself into a situation that you were not ready for, okay? You would rather be lame, and you would rather not be the cool guy, trust me. You would rather be over there than to be arguing with all these baby mamas trying to figure out what to do with the children now, because I'm just saying, and I know that's not the case for everybody. There are people out here that are doing it correctly. There are people out here that they have a good balance between the stuff they can eat, the stuff that's not the best for them. There are people out here that have a balance between the drinking and the smoking. There are people that have a good balance. There are people out here that have had a family and now they're with their family. They're taking care of their family. There are people that have that balance, but you need to make sure you're ready before you get there. Okay? I've had to have those conversations with myself in the mirror and be like, you're not ready. Okay? You don't need to be out here entertaining anything you're not ready for. Okay? That's the only reason I'm even here saying this, because I've had these conversations with myself. I still do. Okay? Hey, you're not ready, Nimble Minds. Hey, Nimble Minds. You don't need to be out here having no children, Nimble Minds. It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. It's too risky. It's not worth it. Okay? Hey, put the plate down, Nimble Minds. Oh. You can't have that drink, Nimble Minds. Oh, you want to go smoke? You can't smoke, Nimble Minds. You can't do that right now, Nimble Minds. Oh, you want to? Don't start lying, Nimble Minds. You can't. You want to start this? You can't do that, Nimble Minds. Don't you do it, Nimble Minds. Don't you do it. So I'm telling you these things because at the end of the day, it can be hard. It can be a struggle. And at the end of the day, what? It's not for everybody. Everybody ain't gonna go the distance. That's the truth. Everybody ain't gonna go the distance. But there are people out there who are not engaging in their temptations, who are not giving into the lust, who are not subtracting from their plus. There are people out there that are not giving into the temptation, not giving into their lust and subtracting from their plus. Don't subtract from the light that's within you. Don't subtract from the spirit, the soul that's within you, okay? You need to continue. You don't subtract from the soul, the spirit that's within you. You need to continue. Don't subtract from the spirit, the soul that's within you. You must continue, okay? And it's not going to be easy, okay? It's not going to be easy for all the people out there that are actually, engaging in that discipline. Because I'll tell you what, it even gets more difficult because the longer you go without engaging in that discipline, the longer you go without spilling your seed all willy-nilly, the longer you go actually having the discipline, the temptations will get stronger. And then if you do give into them again, it's going to be on your conscience. And nimble minds, what was that? Nimble minds, I can't believe this. Nimble minds, wow. Nimble minds, oh my goodness. Nimble minds, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? You were doing, what have you done? Don't be that person. Whoever's watching, whoever's listening, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, the longer you go, you still have that connection to the spirit, to the soul. It gets better, but the temptations also get better. And then now you understand the consequences. Once you give in, we ain't even gonna talk like that. But once you give in, I'm just saying. So don't be that person out there if you are a person who is even having that discipline to abstain and retain from the temptations that are out there, from the lust that's out there, okay? And also, make sure while you're abstaining, while you're not giving into the temptations, you are also competing with yourself and doing things that are bettering yourself, whether that be improving your diet, whether that be getting in better shape, whether that be getting in a better headspace, a better mental space, okay? Maybe your career, whatever you're working in, you're improving in that, okay? Maybe you're improving relationships, okay? Maybe you're doing what you have to do to make sure that you're doing the right things. That's what it's about, okay? So with that being said, I hope that you took anything from this video that you can apply to your life for a positive change, for positive outcomes, for your overall positive well-being. Yes, sir, I really do. With that being said, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.